record. And it says it's recording. Alright, I'm back in MCC, but I'm not with... I'm not continuing Halo 1 on Legendary with John. I'm with Zach. We're gonna do... I don't know what.
We could certainly put ourselves through that.
I'm gonna join you, and you're gonna pick if we're gonna do, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was looking at some multiplayer stuff we could do, or maybe perhaps what I don't know how much of the campaigns we've gotten through.
We've only done a few missions of Reach together. I mean, I've done everything, of course, but
yes, I got 3 out of 12 on Reach.
All right, we could do number 4 out of 12. Just let me or we could do it's up to you, whatever you want to do. I can't change my preferred input method. All right. Yeah.
Did you get kicked out?
What? No, I'm here. I'm in the lobby.
Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. Multiplayer, social games. What does that mean? Social games.
It means we're not playing competitive. So competitive is like bigger penalties if you quit or team kill. It's generally higher difficulty and more restrictive for balancing reasons. And you get a skill-based rank. And you try and get matched with people similar to your skill-based rank.
Okay.
But yeah, social is just like the normal casual multiplayer.
Precision Slayer. Don't want to do Precision Slayer?
That's I'm okay with any game mode. As long as it's not snipers. I don't want to play snipers.
Okay. So let's do Precision Slayer and Auto Slayer. See how that goes.
If you haven't tried Infection, at some point we should do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's under that's 12 player mode. So I grabbed, like, some of the final Vita releases.
The final what releases?
Vita releases. They came out this month.
Oh.
Yeah, the, Sony's not allowing any more games put out on the Vita. So I made sure to grab some of the final ones.
What's with the hold up?
Well, Sony hates the Vita.
I see.
And legacy platforms because their current CEO, Jim Ryan, doesn't know why people would want to play old games because they're ugly.
That's yeah, the people at the top of the game companies really are always in touch with the culture, aren't they?
He also thinks that the future of Sony is only in linear cinematic blockbuster games. So like all of that weird experimental stuff that Sony used to do, he's like, no. Even though that's some of their best stuff.
Well then, good luck to them and their future with him at the helm.
Yeah. I mean, at least Microsoft now is like, they're like, yeah, multiple generations of backwards compatibility.
Yeah, see, they get that. They actually, like, people at the top, a lot of them still actually play games.
That's how Nintendo used to be.
Ooh, hey, what can you do?
Nothing.
What are you gonna do? They're not gonna do anything.
Can't do anything about that.
Oh. I have no idea what's going on.
I mean, I like the Switch in that I can play... I mean, I can play games on handheld that I wouldn't otherwise be able to.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
But, like, a lot of the new releases pale in comparison to the Wii U. There's a lot of games that feel really unfinished.
Right.
my control bindings got reset somehow. So none of my mouse bindings are correct for this game.
Oh no.
Because I tried using the mouse wheel to change weapons and it was like, haha, nope. And I know it's only a 2-weapon game, but I'm too used to using mouse wheel to swap weapons.
Okay.
Although originally in Halo 1 PC I used tab to swap weapons. I think I hit set like Q to melee and tab to swap weapons.
Oh, how do you aim in this game?
You just aim. If you want to aim down sights, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, that I know.
I've heard a lot of kids say that Halo sucks because you can't even aim down sights. Like kids that grew up on Call of Duty.
Like kids are bad. Kids don't know anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some other kids say that about Half-Life, and I'm like, you don't need that.
I will not stand for any slander on Half-Life from any generation of Warzone.
Oh, so you know, Half-Life 2 update?
Yeah.
Like the free version made by modders that picks up the graphics a little bit. There was a leak of the Steam database again, as there always is.
Yeah.
And those same people are apparently working on further remastered versions of Half-Life 2 and the episodes.
Oh.
We don't know any details. Yet, really. All we know is that it exists.
Interesting.
And yeah, so it should have further graphical improvements, because like Half-Life 2 update, it was mainly like they've rebaked a lot of the lighting so that it's a lot less pixelated and stuff. Like the kind of stuff that like you're like, this is how the game always looked, and then you look at how the game originally looked and you're like, never mind. This looks better.
It does. It's subtle, but once you see the side by side, it becomes a lot clearer.
Yeah, oh my god, so I was playing through Half-Life 2 update because it has the developer commentary, except it's not by the developers, it's by fans.
Oh, yeah.
And I did not realize how long ago Half-Life 2 update was released because I got to the beginning of Water Hazard, and the frickin' commentary was by Pro Jared.
Oh, Jared.
Pro Jared, yeah, you remember what happened with him, right?
Yeah, he got accused of things. I don't know if
I don't think he was just accused. I think he did it. Especially looking at all of the receipts that people had.
Oh no.
A lot of receipts. A lot of them.
Oh no.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. One of my friends had an interaction with him at a convention, and my friend is the kind of person he doesn't really mind too many awkward interactions. So he goes, "Oh yeah, I see you by the JonTron videos." He's like, "Oh, thanks."
Oh no, that's awful.
He's like, "Hey, can I get a picture?"
I mean, like.
And so we did. It's just like, "Oh yeah, I see you next to the JonTron videos."
Imagine, I mean, Pro Jared's still an awful person, but like, I mean, one, he's being compared to a more popular YouTuber, and two, it's like a literal Nazi. Oh, thanks.
Tied the leader. Gain the lead. Revenge.
Yikes.
I want you to know that I've been playing multiplayer for years, and I still suck at it, so.
Yeah, I'm the time to kill is so long. I have a hard time gauging what I need to do once I'm in a firefight. Well, I mean, it's long, I think, because I'm doing the wrong things. Everyone seems to be able to kill me in like 1 second.
Oh, don't worry. The time to kill is really fast in Halo 1, where everyone just gets instant pistol headshots.
We're not losing so badly. Not ever so badly.
Oops, shoot me. Why did they shoot?
But you do it like it is your job or something.
I was gonna get I Am Setsuna. It's like a JRPG made by Square Enix. I haven't played it yet, and I've been meaning to. And I was gonna get it because it was on sale on PlayStation, and I'm like, oh, well, it's also on Vita, right? So it's probably cross-buy. Found out that they just decided not to release it on Vita in the West for like no reason.
Hey, alright.
And I was like, I kind of wanted to play it on Vita though. I mean, it is on
That would've
sale,
been nice.
but I could only play it on PS4, which is fine, but I really was dead set on playing it on Vita.
Well, yeah.
And like I could get it on Switch, but it's not on sale. Or I could get it on Steam in case I ever get a Steam Deck, which I do really want one, especially because,
Goodness.
hey,
yeah.
it's like a more powerful
Yeah.
Switch, and I already have a ton of games for it.
Yeah, so that's so desirable.
Yeah.
Whatever problems they have with it now, I don't think I'm gonna like get one very soon, but that's obviously something that if they improve upon it in later editions of that hardware, I'll be getting
Yeah,
this.
it might be smart. I think I want to get the first model because, I don't know, I just do.
I mean, it can't be that bad. I mean, it's like, I remember I sent you that joke, is like, oh, Steam Deck currently can't run a lot of the top 10 popular games. Like, oh no, whatever will I do if I can't play, PUBG or Overwatch?
So,
Or what was the other one? It was like the other thing, like some kind of mobile. It's like, whatever will I do if I can't play Dota 2 and PUBG? Oh
Yeah.
no, that
So,
ruins. That's a deal breaker, man.
I played
yeah,
PUBG. I played literally one match. It's because on Game Pass there are Game Pass quests to earn points, and like you can redeem the points for like Microsoft gift cards and stuff. I used to do them more often, but now I'm just like, it's changing the way that I play games, and now I'm playing games I don't want to earn points, and I'm like, I'm spending hours not having fun because of that. So like,
Yeah,
I kind of stopped.
not worth it.
Because I'm like, I bought a lot of old 360 games that way. Because I just get a $10 gift card, buy a 360 game, because I'm like, even though they're not being delisted now, I worry about it. But like, it was like to play a match of PUBG. I played one match, won, and then was like, alright, that's my whole experience with the game, and then quit. And uninstalled it. And I'm like, I did the Game Pass quest, and I won, but just because I won doesn't mean I'm getting hooked.
Yeah. Yeah, that game's. I certainly can see why it's like helped push the popularity of battle royales. I watched my friends play quite a lot of matches when I was in college, but it's an awfully rough looking game.
I also
The early gameplay it's very typical of like slow burn, very hard to find good loot early on in the game.
it feels like so much of the game is chance. Like,
Yeah.
an overwhelming amount that for me I'm just like, too much chance for my shooters. Plus it just takes so long for anything to happen. And like, some people are like, well yeah, but it's because when you do win it's exciting. But like, I don't know. I don't really find it exciting.
No, I mean, I played a match of Apex, like one, and it went very poorly, of course. But I gotta say, a
5 minutes remaining.
lot faster moving of BR already than
Yeah.
17, which is probably a large part of its popularity.
I mean, if I was gonna play a BR, it's probably gonna be Apex, ignoring stuff like Tetris 99, you know?
Warzone is okay. I've dipped my toes in that.
Okay, but it's like 200 gigabytes, and like if I want a game that big, I'll just install Flight Simulator.
Interestingly, it came out to 90 on my system.
Oh,
Somebody
that's
told
right.
me-
They let you on. They let you not install all the modes. Previously, you had to install everything.
Yeah, no, somebody told me that it was going to be that big, and it didn't turn out to be that big. So I was like, oh, well, they either optimized it or they changed. Yeah, it said they changed how how many assets you can download.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Gears of War 5 used to always install everything, but now when you install it, it goes like, yo, what do you want to and not want to install? Because, like, it's
Yeah.
big.
It's gonna be re 50.
Yeah. If you want to go through the Gears games, we can do them in co-op. I know you only have through 4 on Game Pass. Unfortunately, 1, 2, and 3 are 360 exclusive. Well, 1 technically has a PC port, but who knows if it still works. But
Okay.
every so often they go on sale for like real cheap, like $3 cheap.
Yeah.
So like you could pick them up on 360 and the online still works. So like we could play them co-op. Oh, but you have to have Xbox Live. Never mind then. If we want to do those ones in co-op, we'll just have to do it in person then. We'll just have to bring my 360 over.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know if it's worth you paying for Xbox Live just to play Gears 1, 2, and 3 online. Especially, we do have to finish them in like that month.
Right. Oh, what's going on down here?
Yeah.
Where is everybody?
A lot of people have said besides Gears of War Judgment, 4 is kind of a low point of the series. It's not bad, it's just eh.
Right.
But a lot of, like, 4 introduces a ton of new characters, which are really important with 5, and 5 is really good. Plus, like, a lot of people are comparing it to, like, previous games in the series and also their memories. Because I'm like, I didn't think 4 was as bad as a lot of people say. But I also, you know, didn't play the games as they were coming out. So I have a lot less affection for the series than other people do.
Yeah.
And nostalgia, because I played them all so close together so recently. So I'm just like, yeah, 4 was kind of eh. But some people are like, 4 is bad, it's awful. And I'm like, it's not awful, it's just eh.
Yeah. Oh.
I think my favorite one might be 3. Most people's favorite is 1.
Oh, but Gears of War series?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Most people's favorite is 1 or 5. 1 does have a remastered version that's also on PC. It's also on Game Pass. 2 and 3, if you want to play it on PC, get fucked. I'm hoping that Microsoft will bring them over like they did with Halo.
Yeah.
But who the fuck knows? Oh, also that Halo Infinite technical. Like, I know it's a test networking and bots, but like, there's only one map. There's one map, one game mode. 4 humans v 4 bots on the same map. So like, I played quite a few matches, but like, it got real old real fast, which is not a fair, you know, that's not fair judgment on the actual final multiplayer.
1 minute.
Because
remaining.
obviously there will be more modes and more maps. And you might fight actual humans.
Yeah.
I'm like, I played matches and I'm like, alright, I kind of want to stop doing this though. How many times can I do the same map against the same guys?
I just don't understand firefights in this game. I don't know what to do. I shoot the person and nothing happens. I
30
don't know.
seconds remaining.
The aim is just different. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, I wish I had good tips for you, but I'm awful at Halo, so
It's okay.
I'm like, I play it, but
It's kind of that's like me it's also like me trying to teach you Titanfall 2 stuff. It's like I don't know. It's like I can't replicate this stuff some of the time anyway. So it's like it's hard to teach. Like this, when you can't just like consistently replicate your success, it's like should I really be explaining my method then? It's all good.
yeah. It's also like, I mainly play Halo super casually. I mean, there are a
Yeah.
few game modes I do play competitively, usually objective modes. Because at least I feel like I know what to do with objective modes, and that's like to run towards the objective.
Yeah.
But yeah, I usually play like Big Team Battle or just Slayer. Back in the day when I was better at Halo, I used to play a lot of Lone Wolf. The playlists were set up differently, but like Lone Wolf was like free for all only matches.
Right.
So like Free for All Slayer or Oddball. Yeah.
Nightfall.
Yeah, I'm like, please don't make me watch and see Noble Actual again. I'm gonna pull my eyes out. Okay, let me end and start the recording again.
Okay.